Every time I say something like what I'm about to say, I'm in my head. It is always preceded with, "Good God, the guy's still alive." Don Imus joins us on the program now. Hello, Don. How are you?
Well, it's not good. No fight started in here now, Glenn.
So Don.
Well, first of all, I'm on hold listening to these commercials. You got one for the IRS if you're a deadbeat, haven't paid your taxes. Then the next spot is a blood thinner deal. And then the last spot, what they give you if you're 85 or you get a deal on a funeral. Or who's listening to your program?
You. Those were fed down the phone line for you. So Don, first of all, were you affected by the hurricane? Because you live in Texas. Most people don't know
We live in Brenham, Texas. We have a ranch here in Washington County, and we're 85 miles from Houston. We got 30 inches of rain here at the ranch. My son, Wyatt Imus, goes to Rice University, which is right in the middle of Houston, and my other son flies fighter jets out of Pensacola.
So maybe this is God just trying to wipe the Imus family out. Have you thought of that? Yeah, it does sound that way.
So we weren't flooded here because we're at a high point in the county, but, 30 inches of rain, because the house is a 10 or 11,000 square foot house, got a brand new copper roof on it, and the roof started leaking. So, but nothing like these people have said, "Hey, what's this Operation Barbecue thing you're doing?"
We thought that it would be, helpful to go cook some food. So we're supporting Operation Barbecue, a group that goes out, and they're actually doing at the convention center. They've provided, I think, 335,000 meals since this all began.
Is that your deal?
Yeah, well, we're one of their big supporters, yes.
Okay, well, and who handles the money?
Not me.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sure. But, is the Red Cross involved or FEMA?
I'm not sure what everybody is doing. I know that we're supporting a couple of them. Operation Barbecue, Team Rubicon. Do you know anything about them? They're an amazing group.
No, I don't.
They are a group of veterans all over the country that when there's a need, they just all kind of come in. And we've flown, I think, 1,100 of them in from all over the country. And they're just going in and they're mucking out these houses.
Well, I miss my lovely wife. You've met her.
Yeah.
We call it El Chapo around the ranch here.
Yeah.
We wanted to give some money, but there's certain organizations we won't give any money to, so maybe off the air you can text me or
sure.
Tell me who it is. We'll be happy to send some money. So,
I'll give you
did you have O'Reilly on?
Oh, no.
Oh, geez, here we go.
No, we didn't.
What do you mean? Oh, geez, here we go.
Oh, because Don, the world has been, at each other's throats for the last couple of years, and then we've had a nice break where people come together and they love each other, and it's nice. And I did question my wisdom inviting you. I thought, well, all good things have to come to an end. Let's just pile Don Imus into this and reverse the thrusters.
Well, we all know what O'Reilly did, and we all know what I did when I got fired. Trying to be funny, which I shouldn't have been, and I wound up okay. But that's
so when
the thing I was thinking about this morning. If we don't know what you're doing,
wait, what?
No, there's something you're doing that we, the great unwashed out here, that we don't know. I mean, you could have a couple of midgets and I can't say midgets, Imus. You could have a couple of little people in your basement with a pony,
right?
And two hookers, but we wouldn't know that.
You wouldn't have any idea.
But
I've hidden it pretty well, haven't I?
Yes, you have. But here's the thing: you can bet on this. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. So here's what I'm saying to you.
All right. Okay. All right.
Tell us now. Tell me.
I really.
What did you do to the pony, Glenn?
No.
Glenn, did you try to kiss the pony?
Tried.
Yeah, even ponies won't kiss me.
How's your boy Trump doing?
My boy Trump? Don't even start with me on my boy Trump. You're the one who writes to me telling me how much you love him.
It's not the same guy I knew. I knew him for 40 years. Not the same guy. God Almighty.
So did he? There's some people saying that he's become yesterday was his first day as a Democrat in office. Do you buy into that? Do you think?
No, I don't pay attention to all that. I mean, I'm just waiting for him to say I've had enough and go back to Trump Tower, which he's, by the way, ruined his name and everything else. So, no, he's a moron. Please stop it. Honestly.
Now, wait a minute. I thought this was your guy.
Well, he's not my guy anymore, Glenn. So now what?
So,
You know, I was done with him when he jumped on McCain.
so
Not his kind of,
right.
you know, his kind of war hero is not one that's captured. Are you kidding me? This is a fat, blubber-titted moron. Got 5 deferments to keep him going to Vietnam.
All right.
You know why he didn't want to go to Vietnam? Because he's a coward.
This is what happens when Don.
You know who did go to Vietnam, got shot down over Vietnam? John McCain, that's who. You know that I was in the Marine Corps. I was in the jungles of Vietnam killing the Kong so people like you could have these stupid little radio programs. What are you talking about? Well, actually, I wasn't in the jungles. I played the bugle in the Marine Corps band. But,
Right.
You know,
right.
I
But
was,
you were
I
there.
was prepared.
You were there. You were there. So, Don, what has changed in Donald Trump since, you say you know him for 40 years? This is not the guy you knew. What's different about him?
Well, I just thought he was a lot smarter. And, once you're president, you wouldn't think you'd have to defend every slight. You wouldn't think you'd have to validate your presence on the planet with tweets about how big the crowd was or whatever this. I got in a huge fight with him that the press covered and everything back 25 years ago. He was a bachelor then, and he was posing for some, I forget what it was, and I said he had grandma arms. So he had the big old flab on his arms.
Yeah.
So and he was going bankrupt in his casinos. So I said the boy was going from the back of the limo to the front of the limo. So he took great offense at that and said that now that I wasn't drinking liquor anymore and doing cocaine, I wasn't funny as I used to be. Howard Stern was a lot better. And
But
I was delighted to see that Stern voted for Hillary Clinton. But
is there a difference though on how you treated Bill Clinton? I'll never forget the flop sweat on Don Imus.
there wasn't any flop sweat.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I felt like I was living. If I would watch it again, there would be no difference between this and the coverage of Hurricane Harvey. There was so much water coming off of you.
I had the guts to stand up there and hammer his ass. And by the way, I played the speech the next day on air. I killed it there. What are you talking about?
I agree you did, but I've never seen you squirm like that. It was
no, because he was glaring at me, and Hillary, she was glaring at me, and they were thinking about walking out. They were so torqued off.
Right. So what is the difference between what you said there and their reaction, and when you talk about grandma arms and to quote you, blubber titties? What is
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that question. Don't ask me difficult questions.
That's
No, but I don't want to. I like you. I like to call your program. My wife and I wanted to give some money to this deal if it's not some scam. But I didn't call up to take an SAT test.
Yeah. All right. How much money are you going to give?
I'd give $100,000 if we would. I'd give $100,000 if it's legitimate.
Wow.
Well, what? It is legitimate, Don. There's not a dime goes through.
I want to know who handles the money. If the Red Cross.
No, the Red Cross has no.
Any of the money,
FEMA and the Red Cross have. FEMA and the Red Cross. This actually, my charity was started because I don't trust FEMA and the Red Cross.
Right, good.
And so there's not a dime that comes to us. If you mark it for Hurricane Harvey or Irma or whatever, 100% of the proceeds go right directly to the things that we have earmarked on the site. And you can even say, I wanted to go to our Operation Barbecue or Team Rubicon.
Okay, well you have my email address. You get these little whiny little emails from me all the time. Send me just a note about who handles the money. Once it leaves Mercury Arch or whatever. Yeah. And then where to send the money, and we'll give you $100,000.
All right. That's nice of you, Don. It's a little cheap now that you've gotten rid of the cancer farm. I thought you'd be a little more generous, but...
You really are just the worst. And we're really going to, we're going to fight, because we already know you're weird. And so I just see you sitting a little fat boy sitting there getting that lap dance from...
All right. We hit it.
That was Imus in the morning. Be Imus.com. You get the updates on whatever Glenn's doing with that pony in the basement. We'll have that coming up along with Doris Kearns Goodwin on the other side.
Oh,
he's awesome.
He is great. I have to ask him for permission to print the email exchanges from us over the years. For like 10 years, we've been going back and forth on emails, and they're the most cruel,
oh my God,
politically incorrect, just brutal beatings of one another. I mean, just beating of one another.
Relentless. And
hysterical.
There's not a moment of saying, no, but, we like you. Like, there's none of that.
No, I said that the first time. Yeah, remember this? The first time we went back and forth, and I thought, okay, I'm going to write, Donnie gave me his email address. I can't write something nice because that's not who he is. And so I gave him a backhanded compliment, and he came back even stronger. And so then we just got into this war. And about 6 emails in, I decided to say, but really, I mean, you're a great guy and everything else. And he just went off on me. Really? Really? This is who you are? You really need to think you need to say that? Don't ever write to me again. I mean, he's just brutal in all ways. But what I really like about him is he's a really nice guy, and he can take the punch as hard as he can throw it.
Yeah, and I'll also say we should not brush off the fact that he just offered $100,000 for Harvey relief. I mean, it still doesn't change the fact.
He spends that in medication every month.
That's true, but I mean, I think that's every week is probably more accurate.
Probably every day. But all right, well, but we accept it, and it is really nice. It's very nice of him.